holding Siman Mem Tes and Alagua. And this says again, Miksav Yad Kodshe. This is also a special Siman the Rebbe wrote himself. V'al Kalpanim Zev Vadai Borer. He says, this is for sure clear. She'i efshar litein le'milchama zu shem shel hatzala. You can't use this idea of hatzala, which is, we said was Or Chaim Shin Chav Tes. Shulchan Aruch, it says that if it's going to surround the city, the Jews to go out and fight in self-defense. He's saying that's not what this war was about. Because first of all, he's supposed to negotiate. Second of all, they weren't coming to attack first. And therefore, you can't say it's Hatzala u'ledam moisai le'eze din me'a poiskim. You can't compare it to the dinim of the poiskim shemedabri me'inin Hatzala, which speak about Hatzala. Ki ein zeh Hatzala. Adrabah, this what they did was not saving lives. Adrabah ibun nefashos u'ritzicha gemura. When they went to war, that was giving up lives, and it was murder. She'ilu loy haya hochim le'milchama. If they wouldn't have gone into war, k'may she'iskimu gam harbe me'ayoshvim b'knesses. Many of the people in the Knesset didn't want to go to war. If they would not have gone to war, nobody would have been killed. All of them would have been saved. Now, look at it. A terrible thing happened. It became a big tumult in the world. What does he mean by that? I guess he means that, first of all, the Jews were actually, there was 600 or 700 people killed in the war. But besides that, after the 67 war, that's when the Palestinian movement began. That's when the whole movement to get back the territories began, and that's when Israel became in charge of a bunch of land that they didn't have the ability to annex. And all the problems of today are based on that war. You can't say in any way, you can't say that this decision of the Zionists to start this war was das Torah. Such a thing should be sunken, should be forgotten and never said. And the fact that they did have a very amazing victory, it's not really surprising. As we explained before, Chazal say on Alexander the Great, really they say it, but really it's applicable to this. They say the words, the Satan was victorious. And the gershon there on the side of the Gemara and Talmud, Lamed Beis, he says that the Satan gives them a victory and leads them down to Gehenna. He gives them, what's the lashon of the gershon? Noisim lahem geula. The Satan gives them a geula, which is an amazing lashon of gershon, that the Satan could actually give the Jewish people a geula. And he says, v'sha'af b'geshamim haboim. Even in the case of rain, which comes only from Hashem, even other people are never given, the Malach, the Nevi'im are never given the ability to make rain. It's not given over to a Malach. The Samach Mem still has the power, they can make it look to the world that the rain came from the Samach Mem. It came from whatever the Avodah Zarah was doing, right? And this, he's referring back to what he said in Siman Chaf Beis. He's referring back to when he was talking about the Gemara and Avodah Zarah. Gemara says that there's an Avodah Zarah that when the world needs rain, sometimes the Avodah Zarah comes to the worshippers in a dream and tells them to sacrifice a human being, and then he'll bring rain, and they do it, and rain comes. So the Gemara asked, how could that be? So it says that Hashem leads people astray. If they're habal tamei poiskim, if they try to make themselves tamei, then Hashem will help them become further tamei. But the Rebbe asks over here that geshamim, rain, is something that's never given into the hands of any shliach. It's not given to the hands of a malach or a navi or anybody else. So how is it possible that the Samach Mem should have the ability to bring rain for Avodah Zarah? So he says over here that it must have been that they needed rain anyway. He says the case was that there was a drought, they needed rain, and the pshat was the Samach Mem just took advantage of the situation to make it look like the Avodah Zarah brought the rain, because he knew that he heard there's going to be rain, so he took advantage. So same thing over here. He's saying that the fighting of this war and the winning of the war, it could be they were going to win anyway. B'derech hateva, but the Samach Mem, or Hashem was going to protect them and help them win, but the Samach Mem knew that, and he made it look like it came from the Zionists. He says, "V'kacha gadlu v'hitzlichu hatzlacha gedola." That's how the Samach Mem was able to make people believe in idolatry, with this amazing alleged miracles that idolatry does. Hatzlacha gedola meruba ad ein shir. And then this is, maybe he's referring to the Zionists, I'm not sure. And it's the same as all the types of idolatry in the world. HaNoitzri, the Christians, the Mahmad, and the Muslims, the Doimeim, and all of those people. Shahayu Batchila Mesei Mispar, that originally these religions were very small, Bekatnus, through the lies that they spread and the foolishness that they spread around the world, they became very powerful. They conquered many countries, and they caught most of the world in their net. And he says the way they did it is by showing these false miracles. Oh, look, we did a miracle. New Testament, Yashka did miracles, or today you have these healing evangelists healing people, right? So they claim, we're healing people. That's how they convert people to their religion. So the same thing, the Zionists are saying, look, we won a war, convert to our religion. So he's saying that's the same tactic. The Samach Mem is able to make things look like they're coming from the Avodah Zarah when really they're not.